Battles sometimes hang on the whims of chance. This one starts with just such an occurrence. Each player rolls 2 six-sided dice and compares the total. The player with the highest total is designated player 1 and will select their deployment zone first, set their first unit first, and gets a special ambush turn. The fates smile upon me. I will choose to approach from the south. As discussed previously, each player must start their units within their deployment zone. The zone is 1 formation base length from the edge of the battlefield. Units can be placed anywhere along the edge of the battlefield, and then a unit can be placed in front of that unit, as long as both units are within the deployment zone. This cavalry unit, for instance, couldn't be placed in front of my infantry. Since I am player 1, I need to place the first unit. This is a slight disadvantage because my opponent can see what I am doing before placing her first unit. I can place the unit anywhere along the edge, but cannot have it floating. I'll place an infantry unit here. After watching where she places her first unit, I can place my second unit in front of my first one that I placed, or anywhere along the edge. Because I am player 1, I will now get a special ambush turn in which I can use half my normal orders. Since we are fighting a standard battle in which a normal turn has 8 order points, that means I have 4 this turn.
Care to push your luck with the dice? I could make the stakes very interesting.
Excuse me. Orders are the lifeblood of your army. Your legions are useless unless you provide them orders to move or attack. On all turns but the first, you will have 8 order points to command your army. How you use those orders will determine victory or defeat. There are 3 types of standard orders. A move order, which allows a unit to use all its available movement points as indicated by all the unit's ready move icons to advance across the battlefield. A close combat order, which allows a unit in base contact with an enemy unit to attack. The strength of the attack is indicated by all the unit's ready attack icons. And a ranged attack order, which allows a unit to fire a ranged attack at an enemy unit up to 3 formation lengths away. The strength of the attack indicated by all the unit's ready ranged icons. Each of these actions cost 1 order point for a sortie base and 2 order points for a formation base. Regroup orders and orders from special abilities called special orders cost only 1 order point for any size base. You can assign more than 1 order to a unit per turn. For instance, you can command a single unit to perform a ranged attack, then regroup, then move into contact with the enemy, and then perform a close combat attack. But that would cost 4 order points for a sortie unit to do, and 7 order points for a formation unit. And if that's not enough, you can even push a unit to perform the same type of order twice within a turn. But there is a deadly price to pay. If you do push a unit, you must remove a figure from it as a penalty for overexertion. Of course, a smart commander would only voluntarily exhaust himself if it was really important. Anyway, you can't push the same unit more than once in a turn, and you can't push any unit to perform a second special order. For instance, say you moved a unit into close contact with an enemy unit, then performed a close combat attack, but you didn't kill them all, and you really needed to. You could push your unit to perform another close combat attack, but would first need to remove a figure from your own base, thus weakening your unit before you performed the attack.
Well, Centurion, maybe you're not as exhausted as I thought. Care to push the issue?
A unit is not made of statistics. It is made of flesh and blood. Except the undead ones, or the ghosts, and the gods, and... But I digress. A unit is made of soldiers that take orders, which means that you can change the capabilities of a unit by ordering its soldiers into different positions. At the start of a battle, all figures are in their labeled positions, but after the game starts, you can use a regroup order to change the positions of figures within a unit's base. But field promotions are not allowed, so you can only occupy positions with figures that are of the appropriate rank, type, and size. There are 3 conditions which must be met to allow a figure to occupy a new location. First, the outline color of the new positions must be the same as the outline color of the figure's starting position. Second, the new position's footpad size must match the figure's. And lastly, the number and placement of the pegs of the new location must match the figures. Only if a figure meets all 3 of these conditions can it be placed into the new position. Regroup orders can also be used to change the facing of units. Larger units on formation bases can only rotate by 180 degrees. But a smaller sortie unit can rotate 90, 180, or 270 degrees. Importantly, with a single regroup order, you can reposition as many of the unit's figures as you wish and rotate the unit's base.